In this training video, we will be talking about service codes. Service codes are used for customer billing and for service provider pay. Service codes are what allow you to bill a customer or pay a service provider different rates for the same service. For example, if a customer wants to receive services on a holiday, you may want to charge that customer a higher holiday rate and pay the assigned service provider a higher holiday rate as well. These are also known as billing or pay differentials. Let's start. We can take a look at our current service codes by visiting the Service Codes option under the Billing menu. Here we can see a list of all of the service codes that we have in our database. Let's say that we want to bill customers and pay service providers an extra amount for sign language interpreting whenever the service provider is working with one hand tied behind their back. To do this, click on the Create a New Service Code button. We're going to give this service code a name. The service is already set to sign language interpreting. Let's give this service code a high sort index number because we aren't going to be using this service code very often. So we want this service code to appear lower in our list. Now we need to specify whether this service code would be used for customer billing, for service provider pay, or for both. Let's select both. This is not a holiday or a short notice service code. Let's move on to the Customer Billing tab. Here we can see that there are a few options that are directly related to customer billing. Next, we want to check out the Service Provider Pay tab. We need to specify what our service providers will see on their invoices for assignments where this service code is used. We can also see two big sections pertaining to the payroll report columns. We will be covering this in a later training video. For now, let's click on the Save Changes button. Okay, now we have a special service code set up for situations where our service provider has one hand tied behind their back. The next step is to make this service code available for customer billing and service provider pay. To do this, we need to visit the group settings for the customer we want to add this service code to. The first tab to check out is the Customer Billing Rates tab. Here we can see a list of service codes that this customer already has available, along with the billing rates for each one. We're going to add our new service code for this customer by clicking on the Add a Customer Billing Rate button. Here we select the newly created service code. Then we need to fill out the rest of the details about this service code by filling out the remaining fields. These fields are the invoice label, canceled billable hours, short notice hours, effective date, expiration date, business hour rate, non-business hour rate, business hour fee, non-business hour fee, minimum time, and billing increment. The last row of fields have to do with the QuickBooks export feature. Now let's visit the Service Provider Pay Service Codes tab. Here we can see a list of service codes that are available for schedulers to choose from when a service provider is assigned to a service request made by this customer. To make our new service code available, we need to click on the Add a Service Provider Pay Service Code button. Now select the new service code. We are all done setting up our new service code for this customer. Let's save our changes by hitting the Save Changes button. The only thing left to do is to make sure that USCHED knows exactly how much to pay our favorite service provider when he or she does sign language interpreting with one hand tied behind their back. For this, we will edit the service provider profile for that service provider. Let's check out the Pay Rates tab. What we need to do now is to add a new pay rate. We do this by clicking on the Add Another Pay Rate button. This looks very similar to when we added a new billing rate for our customer. The fields are mostly the same, except that we also need to select a service zone here as well. Let's go ahead and fill out these fields and make sure that this service provider will get rich from performing his or her one hand tied behind their back interpreting trick. Now all that is left to do is to click on the Save Changes button. And this concludes our service codes training.